Hello, dear colleagues. This is Rakesh Jain, and I'm a clinical professor of psychiatry in the Department of Psychiatry at Texas Tech University School of Medicine in Permian Basin. And it's my pleasure to give you an overview of norepinephrine pathways and their modulation. First thing to remember is norepinephrine is really a neurotransmitter that lives both mind and the body. So, for example, as you look at the slide, clearly we've been educated on its role in mood regulation, but we cannot afford to forget it's also deeply involved in cognition, memory, learning. In fact, it has a prominent role to play in inflammation. Even things like gut motility, regulation of insulin secretion, definitely the sleep-wake cycle. It has a role in social withdrawal, but also social aggression. And who knew that it's even involved in the regulation of bone metabolism? So norepinephrine is a very hard-working neurotransmitter that helps us modulate good homeostasis in health. By the way, norepinephrine has a home base. It's the locus coeruleus. It's very important for those of us interested in mental health to get to know these neurons that live in the midbrain, and from here we get projections all over the brain and also down into the body so that norepinephrine can exert its control. So as you look at the right-hand side, one more time you can appreciate how this single neurotransmitter originating from the locus coeruleus can impact our stress response, our sleep-wake regulation, definitely our mood, but also things like cognition, also fear response. So the fact that you're here learning about norepinephrine really is so important because these are all symptoms and issues that can be present in our patients. Now, norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter. It cannot exert its effects without meeting a receptor. So we need to know about the receptors, don't you think so? So norepinephrine receptors come in three families. Family first one is called alpha-1. The second family is called alpha-2. And the third family is called beta. Now, each of these three have three daughters of their own. So we have a grand total of 9 receptors for the norepinephrine family. What we do need to know is the alpha-1 and alpha-2, as you can see here on the slide, live in different locations. Alpha-1 primarily is postsynaptic. Alpha-2, on the other hand, is both presynaptic and postsynaptic. You might be wondering why norepinephrine, in all its wisdom, decided to put its receptor in different places. Why would it do that? And the reason is so that using its receptors, norepinephrine can exert a combination of effects, either slowing down or accelerating the functioning of norepinephrine. Do you see it acts like a brake as well as an accelerator, and both are profoundly important. And it's the dysregulation of the noradrenergic system that is associated with a very wide variety of psychiatric symptoms. Take a look on the left. If the norepinephrine system is underfunctioning, we get symptoms of low energy, depressed mood, reduced interest. But by the same token, too much, way too much, is not a good thing. You can get hypervigilance, irritability, aggression. In fact, interestingly, you can get distractibility when the norepinephrine system is too low or too high. So, the clear message emerging here is it needs to be optimized. It needs to be in the middle. And the way to do that in the norepinephrine system is to use the combination of alpha-1 and alpha-2 receptors to move the patient in the right direction. So the panel discussion, the panel consensus, offers 3 important learnings for all of us. The first is norepinephrine is incredibly important, but it has been underappreciated. So you and I are fixing that together today by talking about it. Number 2, both hypofunctioning and hyperfunctioning comes with consequences for the patient. Our goal is not to take someone who's hypofunctioning and push them into hyper or the other way around. Our goal is optimization. Optimization always means neither too little nor too much. And then, of course, finally, norepinephrine has a large number of receptors at its disposal with different tasks, different jobs to do. and it is our job as clinicians to get to know them. I hope this brief summary has been of help to you. Thank you for listening.